it is Flashback Friday. Okay, so before we get into that, I gotta tell you this. So, the original Flashback Friday showcase item was gonna, in my opinion, was gonna be good. You know, it was gonna be, yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Yeah. So I went into my card room, and I was like, where's that box? Where's that box? Where's that box? And I found it, and I thought, woohoo! Now, just below that, there was another box. And I thought, what's in there? So I took it out, and it is my, what do you call it? Maybe a mixed bag box, so to speak. Now, they're not necessarily cards. It's just a lot of, like, different types of collectibles that aren't, like I said, necessarily cards, but collectible nonetheless. And I opened that up just a bit, just to see, and I saw something that I recognized. I thought, I'm going to grab that. So I grabbed it, and I thought, that's what I'm going with. And that's what I'm going to showcase with you today. So, the thing for me is, I like to have some kind of idea as to what's in my collection, and most of the time, I really don't. I usually end up looking it up and finding out what it's all about. And these in particular, I didn't even know existed until the early 2000s. And I remember buying a very small collection, and these were kind of in like a sandwich bag, and I thought, hey, what are these things? So, of course, I took them out, looked at them, I thought, whoa, these are cool. And then, of course, put them back in the bag. And I guess probably since then have been sitting in that mixed bag box. And today, I want to showcase them to you. So we're going to go back quite a ways. We're going back to 1981-82. And back in those years, these specific cards, if we can call them cards, were actually put in boxes of cereal. You got one per box, either Sugar Crisp, Honeycomb, or Alphabets. And of course, that's a Post products, and you could get one of these. These were called the 1981-82 Post stand-ups. These were flippin' cool. And I have no idea because, of course, I don't know about everything that's going on in the world of cards from everywhere. Because, I mean, there are tons of different companies that do manufacture stuff. If anything like this still gets produced, still gets manufactured, and I'm taking a guess that they probably don't. But this is the really flippin' cool thing about these. Now, the only thing I don't know for sure is how many are in the set, but I have a bunch of them here, and as I look at the number right here in the corner, it looks like it goes up to 28. Like just going through a few of them, looks like I might have the majority of them, if not all of them. So as you can see, has all the teams, the Maple Leafs, Winnipeg Jets, the Canadians, you know, all the teams from back in that era. Now, here's the cool thing. So let's just grab this one here. So number 22. So you look at it, you're like, who is that? You know, there's no name. You have no idea until you decide to open it. Now, here's the cool thing about these. For those people who have never seen these before, these are flippin' cool. This actually has 3 panels. So, of course, here's the first panel and the second panel right here with the player. And, of course, the third. So, of course, as you can see, you got the background is the first panel, right? Trying to make sure there's not too much of a glare. And then you just lift up the player. And then you have his stats right down here. And this is, who is this? This is, Wolf Paymont. That's pretty cool. So, you know, just grab another one. Oh my gosh, the Colorado Rockies. Oh my gosh, was that the Rockies? Is that what they were called back then? Yes, they were. Whew. Like, hey, isn't that the baseball team? I was just like, wait a minute. But yes, they also existed back in the 80s, the Colorado Rockies. So again, we flip it open. So as you know, if you remember, the first panel, the background is different on every card, which is pretty cool because likely in today's today's day and age of the way things work, if I had to guess and Upper Deck had to produce something like this, you'd probably get the same background for every single card. That's just my guess, okay? We're going to go with that. So, different background, and then, of course, you got your different player right there, right? Look at how cool that is. Look at how cool that is. Don't tell me that's not cool. And then, of course, the player's stats. Sorry, the light is so bright. Oh, okay, there we go. And then we got the stats and all that stuff. Of course, the back tells you how to assemble it, so to speak. So that is pretty cool. Now, the thing with this set is, you got the, I already mentioned the what boxes they came out of, so we can pass that. But the set contained 2 players from every Canadian team, and of course 1 player from every US team. And very, very hard to find. It's very, very hard to find, but they did have a 2-piece display. And it had slots, so you can put, all the cards in the slots. And then they had one specific area where you can actually showcase a card. So you'd be able to have it open like so, right? So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So yeah, that's the one thing I didn't look up was how many cards were in this set, but as far as I can tell, I have 1 to 28, it looks like. It's all going backwards for me. So it's going from 28 down. And it looks like, like the whole slew is there. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Not sure if they have any kind of value whatsoever, but that was really cool. The first time I ever saw these, what? That's pretty cool. That is pretty flippin' cool. Yeah. It's amazing the stuff that we got out of cereal boxes. Right? I mean, it's crazy. Why they don't do that still? Well, I mean, I can imagine why. But I mean, you don't have to put them in the box, with the food. You can actually put it outside of the bag. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure they could probably pull something like that off now, or even put the cards on the back of the boxes and you just cut them out. But I'd actually prefer the cards to already be cut and all that stuff. But that's just my own opinion.